That's so funny.
But yeah, I guess introduce it, right? So this is the Storror Cabin podcast, episode 1.
Episode 1.
I'm one of the hosts, Josh, and we've got all of the other stories here. And
wait, who we're missing?
Hello.
Who we're missing?
Powell.
Drew Taylor.
Benj Cave here as well.
We're
and
missing
Toby and Sasha. They're in India.
Okay. Oh yeah, and I'm Louis.
And of course, come
nice
on.
to meet you guys.
For Louis.
This is Louis's cabin.
People are going to be like, who the hell is this weird Chinese guy in with the stories?
Yeah, it's so random, but yeah, there's a story behind it, I guess. And let's go into it, I suppose. We might as well give a bit of perspective. Like, who are you? Say who you are. Say what you're about, and then we'll talk about how we met each other, and then how everyone met Louis.
If you want, whoa! All right,
whoa,
come on,
nice.
Do it.
Then, Lils.
Well, okay, well, my name's Louis. I'm a singer-songwriter, producer kind of character. I make music for myself, really. I just make music that I like, and pretty into gym, pretty into fitness. Not as into parkour as I should be, I feel like. But this is what we got all these guys here for. And yeah, how did we meet then, Josh?
Okay, yeah, so quite a random story. I was at the gym, and I was actually speaking to my friend Warren, also known as Rock's Foe. He's an artist as well, lives around the Red Hill kind of area. And anyway, he was in the gym doing some weights, and I think he actually needed a spotter, and that spotter turned out to be Louis. So I see kind of Louis come up, and it's kind of like a mutual kind of like, oh, kind of cool. And then just kind of forget that kind of moment, do the gym, just chilling in the day. And then it actually turns out my friend Jax, who turned out to be a mutual friend of ours, he goes, oh yeah, you want to come to this guy's house, his name's Louis, he's cool, you should come meet him. So I was like, yeah, cool, I'll go over. Then end up in this guy's garden, and then end up coming to this cabin for the first time, seeing him, and I'm like, wait, I remember you from the gym today.
I remember you.
Literally the same day, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the same day.
Yeah.
We met each other in the evening, it's that weird.
Well weird.
Yeah, very strange. So then, yeah, we started hanging out more, kind of had mutual interests and things that we did, and now we're here, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, we've actually taken quite a few steps in actually trying to arrange this podcast.
Yeah, it's so random because we're always having, like, interesting thoughts or talking about interesting topics or whatever. Plus all the other Storror guys, we're always doing it, we're smoking, we're getting high, we're having these chats or whatever. So
why not film it, right?
Film it, yeah.
Why not make an official podcast?
Put it somewhere. Why not do it?
So
everyone's making podcasts these days. So.
Yeah, you're listening to
jump on
episode
the
1
bandwagon
right now.
Yeah, sick. This is the first step.
This is sick.
Yeah,
Storror.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
The Storror Cabin, is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
well, yeah. Feel free to nick that. Like, you know.
Yeah, let's use it. So, what have we been doing? What's going on?
Yeah, tell us about your adventures in Rome. I want to hear like your individual perspectives.
Oh, yeah. About our friends.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Oh,
Yeah,
this would be like
yeah.
the first
Fuck
time
yeah.
anyone's heard about it, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Good place to start,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
Callum.
let's spill the beans.
Callum, it's your time to shine. No, I'm joking. Anyone. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone knows Callum dinged a jump to a police van. What happened?
Oh yeah. I
3
saw that.
times.
3 times, he says.
Yeah, man. And then it went
Tits up.
viral on the news, pretty much.
No way.
Yeah, for real. Like, the national news has picked it up, it's in all the papers.
So what happened
International
afterwards then? Like, did you have to pay a fine or?
Nah, nothing. Literally, like, 2 days later, they, like, knocked on our doors at 8 AM,
Yeah.
took us to the station, and then they, like, took all our phones, like, paraded us around Rome
God.
and with all the, like, lights on and shit.
That
It was
was
fucking
weird.
weird.
Yeah.
And then all, like, the police guys were filming us in the fucking prison and shit.
Maybe
It
they
was
just
weird.
wanted your autographs.
Maybe.
Yeah,
There's a lot of story.
But they stole our phones and our cameras, and
Oh my
now
God.
we haven't got them back.
Yeah, I mean,
and
they
we're
took-
not going to get them back, I don't think.
Yeah, they took us into their police offices, like separated us, and just pretty much just bullied and intimidated us the
Yeah.
whole
Really?
time, and just nicked our phones, man, and made us sign some shit. Realistically, we should have waited for a lawyer. Like,
Yeah,
we
we
should have
should've
just like
left
held
them
out
to
and
it.
just ignored them. But like, yeah, we got mugged essentially.
By the
Yeah,
Italian
so
police.
peak, yeah.
Yeah.
By the
I mean,
Italian
yeah, I
police.
guess they abused their power because they saw like that outlet where we had the, I guess the following or whatever, and then we posted it. Then their retaliation was just like, you know, we can easily find a way.
We're gonna
to get
make
back at
life
these guys.
inconvenience
We're
for
gonna
you.
make it hard for these guys. You know what I mean? We're gonna take them in. We're gonna take their phone, take the cameras. They can't show us or film us. So I guess they did the thing, and that's the way it ended up. It's
And they
pretty
did
peak.
it really well.
They did it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear it was
job.
like a broken down old police car, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah. It was
even
completely
like.
abandoned, wasn't it, Callum?
Yeah, for sure.
So why
Two
the fuck did
flatties.
you do it, mate?
No joke.
No, at the time we were like, oh, is this okay to do? And then we were like, we're doing it anyway.
It did feel a bit
Yeah, actually,
weird.
that'd be interesting. What did you think of it?
Well, I saw it and I just thought you might have like found an old police car somewhere,
Yeah.
or like they might have been like part of the
film or
yeah, part of the
yeah.
film. They all, oh yeah, it's all right, you can do this. This is an old police car that sits in the corner, doesn't get used, it's fine. So that was my perspective seeing it, and I didn't really think much of it. Only until you guys told me here what happened. Is like, whoa, that's pretty shocking. But I guess like kind of makes sense in a way.
Yeah, of course, the retaliation element, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of bound to happen sometimes, and you've got to find out where the line is. Like, fair enough, we did it, like, they went a bit tits up, so...
I don't even think it's that bad still. Like even
Yeah,
the
exactly,
YouTube,
it wasn't
even
that
the
bad.
YouTube comments
Yeah,
were
of
like,
course.
none of them were pointing out.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
that
true.
they didn't like it.
Yeah,
It
of course.
the
Well,
Disrespect.
that was the
It was
thing.
part of the
Yeah.
media thing
Yeah.
as well, I swear.
Yeah,
Like,
As soon as it gets
That's
into the media,
what-
it gets fucked up.
Yeah.
But Callum, you got a massive like parkour backlash from it though.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Well, I guess like loads of people in the Rome community, because they apparently they've been training in that area for a long time, and and for them, they say we pretty much like ruined it.
They were trying to build up a reputation.
Kinda, but not
and
really.
trying to like things like that apparently ruin the perspective of parkour.
Oh, what, of
And
the general
like,
public's
for the
perception
general
of
public,
parkour?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's quite cool. The perception of that like feat, that
Yeah,
jump.
it's pretty
you know what I
interesting.
mean?
certainly
Doesn't
causes
ruin
controversy,
anything.
right?
What do you
Doesn't
think
ruin
from a, like
anything.
from a perspective of not being a person who does parkour? You're not in the team or anything. Obviously, you're friends of us. What's your honest opinion from like a public?
What of
Perspective of it.
the jumping on the police car?
Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think it was too far? Like in hindsight?
No, man,
No.
not if it's just
Yeah.
like a crappy police car sitting in the corner rotting, you know. If it was like if it was a functional police car, because obviously if you dent it, that's quite a lot of money to. Well, not quite a lot of money, but like at least a few £100 in repairing dents, right?
This
Yeah.
car definitely looked like it hadn't been used. For
Well,
like 1 or 2
there you
years.
go.
It's not
like-
going to be used
They
again
had,
as
like,
well.
Flat tires and they were
Yeah.
covered in moss.
I
It's
kind of
old.
think like
Yeah.
I think we decided like in the end. I'm not sure if this is the common view or whatever, but it's like we had an action that caused a reaction, and then the police came back with their action. You know what I mean? Even though maybe both sides were slightly over exaggerated, like that came to conclusion. They kind of almost both bounced off each other. Like they're gonna get pissed off their police, and then them being Italian police on top of that kind of adds to the infamy.
I guess like being in the industry that you're in, you're gonna have these sort of run-ins quite a lot, even like with police and what's it called, security guards at places.
Definitely.
I mean, we've had all that for
Yeah.
like 10 years or some shit, but that was the weirdest one for sure.
Yeah,
That was
definitely
fucking
really
odd.
strange. Do you, again, okay, another fucking random thing about it is that I can't really like put my finger on is obviously everyone else got taken except for me. I don't really get that. Like
Yeah.
he came knocking at my door and I was just like, I'm not going with you. Like I haven't done anything wrong. Like what do you want kind of thing? And they're like, let's see your passport. Da, 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 da. Let's take the passport, check it out, and then just like you can go. And it's like, shut the go back to sleep.
That's so weird.
So
It's
weird.
fucking weird. I don't get
So
that.
crazy.
So
but I
very
mean,
strange.
part of it is definitely none of us thought of saying no.
Yeah, true.
Like it didn't even cross my mind. Literally.
Because I thought we were just going to go down to the station,
Same.
like they're going to ask like a couple of questions and then let you go.
I didn't
It's
even
like,
think
fuck it, I
actually
can do that.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
even
almost
think
like
that.
funny.
Yeah.
Strange.
When I left my door, I thought we were going to go into some like hotel sort of like meeting room and just have like a little chat.
A little
I didn't
slap
think
on the
we were gonna
wrist.
go to the station.
Yeah, exactly.
And then suddenly we're in the car and
Yeah.
then in the station
Yeah.
and getting our fucking phones robbed.
So yeah,
Getting
literally you
laughed
got
at,
robbed by the
pointed at,
police.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's something you can tell.
Well, aside
Yeah,
from
I
that,
guess.
Rome was cool, right?
Yeah, very
Yeah,
interesting.
Rome
trip.
was sick.
It was
Really
sick up
cool.
until that point and then I fucking hated it.
Some of the spots there are fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
I
good
see your
train.
stories and
Yeah,
stuff. All the
so
spots look
good.
amazing. Like,
Seriously, fuck.
Yeah. But again, so obviously we've said something about what we've been doing, something that's going on with us, and obviously you're another individual in this group. What's been going on for you? Have you got anything coming up or what's been happening?
Well, yeah, I guess there's quite a lot of things just like in the pipeline, in the works, really. Got a show tomorrow.
Nice, yeah.
And
You said
then
about that,
an
sick.
EP coming out on the day after.
Sick.
Got a sponsorship video dropping with a company called Libretone who make Bluetooth speakers. They're awesome. I have one somewhere, but it's not here at the moment.
Shout out.
Shout out, yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah, man, just been loads of different things happening and just trying to like collect it together and figure out the best way to release it. Been working with this really cool artist called Reese Limonius. We wrote a couple songs together and just having a little bit of downtime, to be honest, because I
Yeah,
just feel like
you've
I've
been
been
doing quite a
working all the time and it's just
You've got to have a bit of a break and chill.
Do you see it as work though?
I do and I don't. Obviously, I like the fact that I see it as work because it means I'm actually making money from it. But at the same time, it's a passion project. I enjoy it as much as I hate it sometimes. At the end of the day, it's all fun and games, and I think it's something that I can really push myself into being better at.
Sick. One other thing I wanted to talk about as well. Two things actually about you. Maybe that I haven't really asked before, to be honest. What actually got you into music in the first place? I actually never asked. It's one of those lame questions. All those artists.
No, I'm not saying that.
But why not ask?
That's not my reaction to that. Wasn't like, oh, I can't believe you asked that. It was more, there's so many different like answers that I've given in interviews. And like it depends how far back you want to go, really.
What's your favourite one?
Like,
is there like one avenue? You're like, oh, cool. That was
well,
cool.
I was really shit at talking to girls when I was little. And I just thought, you know what? If I get a guitar and learn how to sing and learn how to write songs, then they might come to me, you know?
That's such a sick reason.
But I was like, I don't know, 10 when I had that, 10 to 13 when I had that thought. So, you know, I wasn't really going to be any good at talking to girls at that age anyway.
Fair enough. That's so funny. That's so random.
But other things I tell people is just like, you know, I just enjoy music. I've always played around with pianos and melodies and writing songs and poems, and it just works. It just makes sense for me to put it all together and pursue that as a career. Almost.
Yeah, sick.
How much of your stuff do you write?
All of it, apart from like 1 or 2 songs.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like most of them I write myself because...
And how do you start with the lyrics?
Either or. Like melody or lyrics, or someone sends me a beat and I just freestyle over the top, find a melody and then try and fit words to the melody.
Sick. And how are you working out melodies on your guitar or singing?
Vocals, yeah. Just
really?
Like playing a few chords on the guitar and just like freestyle the melody, it just comes.
Yeah,
you know?
that's cool.
Like I'm sure with you guys when you're figuring out different roots and stuff, it's just like flowy, it's easy, you see a different path that you want to take, and it's just, that's how I feel when it comes to writing music.
Sick, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely rate it. Like, it's good, you're pushing on with your thing, and like, it's going well. Like, one thing I was thinking of as well is like how being in this kind of friendship group, or I guess like the chain of friends, like you said, it started off with Jax, then I was friends with Jax, and then Jax was friends with you. That's the intermediate link.
Yeah.
And then from that, I was then friends with Chris, and then you met Chris, and then what happened with Chris? Do you want to say?
Well, Chris is he's filmed 2 music videos for me. He's filmed like 2 session videos in China. Then he's filmed another session video in here that we're meant to be editing like sometime this week. But yeah, like Chris is a great guy, man. Like,
yeah, really cool.
Really down to earth, really humble, and like what I love about him is like he literally doesn't care about the money. Like it's not about the money with him. He would rather spend his budget that, you know, would be paid into his bank account. He would rather spend that money in paying for more things that would make the video better.
The visuals better,
than to actually take himself. And I think that's like a tremendous quality for someone who's in the creative industry to have.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well,
some of the viewers would definitely know Chris, or viewers/listeners.
Chris Thompson.
Would know Chris Thompson, Christoph.
CNJ.
Yes, we
Kotek
made some
Films.
video series called
Legendary
CNJ.
Storror character.
And yeah, Storror character for sure. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely cool.
Well, we're going to get him on a podcast
Yeah,
or something.
definitely.
For
Come on,
sure, as
sure.
well. So.
Yeah, it definitely fits it. He says like he might come on and make some appearances, so you guys will be definitely hearing his voice soon, I think. Joke's character. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, that's cool. So I guess you kind of heard some things about us, and obviously from both sides of the coin, you got the Storror guys over here, and then you've got Lui. But one thing I wanted to bring up that's been on my mind, and I actually wanted to speak about as a group discussion, is the
aliens.
whole... No, aliens will come.
Aliens.
Aliens will come. It sounds a bit petty, but it's a Tyler the Creator and the Jaden Smith.
And the Jaden
Is he
Smith.
gay?
Popped up. Look, yeah, I want to know.
I don't fucking know.
I do. I'm very
I would
interested
say
in it.
no.
You don't think it's true? You think it's all fabricated?
I think it's completely made up. Yeah.
I think it's just for hype,
I
or
reckon.
just for like some kind of news.
Just because like fake news is such a massive thing these days, and like that's such an easy one. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
interesting,
Like,
yeah,
there's
for
no
sure.
proof. There's no nothing, and it'd be such a jokes thing to say.
But I mean, the thing that I guess you could say the proof would be that Jaden Smith actually legit said it. He was like,
Have you seen a video
Tyler-
of him saying
Yeah.
it?
This is the
Actually,
perfect choice.
fake
Perfect time.
news.
Ready.
Fake news,
Let's
man.
go. We
Face
got
news,
fake
news,
over
son.
here. We got the real gangsters over here. I'm joking. Okay, so
Callum, what do you think?
Jaden Smith.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Jay seems to think that Tyler the Creator's bi, but even then,
Yeah, but it's no
isn't-
secret that Tyler the Creator is gay.
Is
Really?
it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So there you
yeah.
go.
No way. What?
Yeah, I didn't know
So
this.
is
that's the
this
thing.
just a thing? Then?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't
that's-
know.
Are they
It's gay.
actually together?
I don't know if they're actually together, but from
That's
the sources,
sick.
it
Like
says
if they are, to be fair, it's like sick.
But isn't he
Fucking
like
quality
16
couple.
or something?
No, he's not 16.
He's 18.
I swear he's well young.
He's
man.
18.
Like,
Really?
he's weird. He's come up young.
What the
Tyler the
fuck?
Creator's been
No.
relevant for way more. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
We've got some things.
How old's Tyler
Jaden
the
Smith
Creator?
says Tyler the Creator is his boyfriend, live on motherfucking stage.
Wait, how old is Tyler the Creator?
But like saying,
He must
I
be like
don't know,
24,
man.
23. I'm guessing. I might guess it's 23.
No, he's older.
You don't reckon? You reckon?
what the hell?
Tyler the Creator,
Sorry,
age
Sorry,
27 years
podcast.
old.
He's 27.
How old's Jaden Smith?
He's 18.
You serious?
Tyler doesn't want to say, but Tyler's my motherfucking boyfriend, and he's been my motherfucking boyfriend my whole fucking life.
Whoa.
That's not like, I don't know. Is he just like, he's my friend?
Nah.
But why like
There's Tyler there, look, see?
No, they're doing it deliberately.
Yeah, that is just getting a headline.
Yeah, yeah,
That's all he's doing.
definitely.
That's what American like
Yeah.
celebrities do. They're just searching for headlines.
There you go.
So
So that's what I'm
true.
thinking. Like, half of me is saying that, you know, it is just a ploy to get more publicity. Because you see rappers, you see artists doing that shit all the time to try and get more plays.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect marketing strategy.
It's a
Again,
play, isn't it?
Well, do you
It's
remember
like a
when
play,
Frank
yeah.
Ocean came out before he dropped, I think, a channel Orange?
Yeah.
And
That's a play.
That's a sick
hats off
move.
to him, yeah, innit?
With those celebrities, you never know. I guess it could be real or fake, yeah. So
And
I think for me,
he's
it's
come out as
50-50.
gay and he also just released a new album.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
a
like,
perfect
what the
time.
hell? It's so clever.
It's like Caitlyn Jenner, but on like a very small scale.
In general.
But one thing it made me think about as well, that we also discussed before, is the fake news thing and the whole facial
face morph,
recognition,
right,
face
yeah.
morph thing. What was it again?
Well, it was basically this technology which takes a certain segment of someone's face, doing different voices, different speeches. So it takes every single expression from their face and basically is able to generate whatever using that information. So you could type, I don't know, Donald Trump or something, and
right, yeah.
type a fake speech, and he will say it, and like
Exactly
his facial
like it looks.
expression, it looks legit.
Yeah.
What, that's like a real thing. that
Yeah,
people
legit.
do.
Again,
thing, yeah.
another five.
Yeah, I
got
straight
another-
up believe that. Easy.
Yeah, it's
Easy.
like
That's
that
true.
could be like we were saying, that could be used for so many different.
But what I want to know
Thanks.
is how
Jeez.
many times has that been used
Already.
already? Yeah, and we just didn't know.
Because it looked so legit. It was
But
even other languages.
Let's be honest, Hollywood's been using it for years.
Yeah.
Like it's not a
Yeah.
new tech.
Yeah,
It's-
like in Fast and the Furious or whatever, that guy died and then they just put his face on
Yeah.
his
Yeah, it's
double
weird. You
for the
only
rest
see
of the
that
film.
there though. You
That's
only
mad.
see that in the movies. For me anyway. I might be completely wrong about that.
Yeah.
Someone's probably gonna say.
you think
But-
you only see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
I'm
You
saying.
think you only see it in the movies.
Yeah.
Like, that's when they talk about it in the news. They're like, oh yeah, this is Paul Walker. He's died. He's gonna replace. It even happened years and years before
Yeah.
that with Aaliyah, one of the singers who died in a plane crash or some kind of way. She then got CGI'd into the film as the actress. I think it's called like
Aaliyah.
something of a dead or something. I don't know.
There's that Galaxy
movie.
advert as well with that dead actress who they've like brought back to
Oh,
life.
Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah, Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey
yeah,
Hepburn, that's it.
Yeah.
How on earth do you know that?
That's it. What the hell?
She's an icon.
Yeah.
Josh is a walking, talking encyclopedia, isn't he?
Jokes. But yeah, I think that's mad. I think that's going to be used for like, well, it's going to be publicly used for so much more. Once like the average guy can get his hands on that kind of technology.
Once there's a filter on Snapchat, then game's over.
there you go.
That's like
It's
not
already
that
there.
many years
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
yeah.
You could imagine that in like 2 years.
Snapchat filters are getting, or the Instagram story filters and the Snapchat filters are getting crazy as well. They're getting
Such weird.
so mad. People's faces are just looking different. You can even get the face of like a celebrity like
Yeah.
imposed on your face. So again, they're just filtering down that technology for little bits.
Well, that's what they said. There's a lot of actual research that goes in. It is research, isn't it? That when Snapchat puts a certain thing on your phone and takes back all the user feedback in order to make their own.
Oh, so it's
better.
it's almost like a walking, talking survey in a
Yeah.
way, like. But then it's continuously updating itself, getting better
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the data
yeah.
it gets. Because the data that's from the people,
Yeah.
the data that's from the users is the most valuable, for sure. Coco in the background.
Yeah, should I let her in?
Yeah, go for it.
We're just gonna get mud.
I mean, we're probably going to get a good view of Coco for the first time, guys. Louis, amazing looking dog.
So what happens in like 15 years if like media is no longer believable? And
Yeah, 'cause
like,
how's anyone
because
gonna
if it like turns so fake, like how Do you have to go backwards and then like?
It's gonna be
Yeah,
so
like,
weird.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
What do you think about that, Lou?
What?
In 15 to 20 years, like when this technology is like off its face, like what's it gonna be like?
Office Face.
Yeah, it's gonna be mad.
That sounds like a really cool name for that technology.
off his face.
Office Face.
Oh yeah, Jesus, he's off his face. Look, you can't even tell who he is anymore.
Yeah.
Jokes. For everyone who, no one's gonna be able to hear it really, but Coco's there in the house.
What's up, Coco?
What's up, Coco?
What up, dog?
Coco.
What kind of dog is it?
Samoyed.
Again?
Samoyed. They're Russian
Actually-
sledge pudding dogs.
Oh, no way.
So cute, right? Hey, baby.
Coco. Coco.
Looks like a bear.
Polar bear.
What else is going on, guys?
What else
What
is
are we
going on?
Yeah, did you see that sicko music video?
Yes.
Yeah,
That
cool.
mad.
Did you watch it, Callum?
No.
Oh, it's fucking good. I think it's Drake and who's the other guy? Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
A collab on this track called Sicko Mode. Like, never really listened to their music, but I saw this music video. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
good.
crazy, isn't it?
It's cool.
Why?
Can we watch
It's more the bit. Yeah,
Mate, it's just so class.
I think.
I don't think we're going to be able to get away with copyright and stuff on that.
Oh, yeah,
we
true.
can't play the sound.
Yeah.
No, we can't even do anything. But I mean, one thing about it that when Drew mentioned it made me realise about the music videos, and I've heard this year for me, there's a lot of good music videos that have come out that like I've put artists ahead. You know, like you've got the Childish
What else have you
Gambino,
seen?
Childish
Oh,
Gambino,
This Is America.
and This Is America,
That
and then
was
now
a
you've got
fucking
another
good video.
theme of animated music videos coming into play. You had Childish Gambino did that one, The Summer or whatever it's called. It feels like summer. The visuals
I
are
don't know
really cool.
that one.
And then someone else has now done. I think it was J. Cole has done an animated
Oh
video.
yeah, but that's like the theme of his whole like album there.
Yeah. But it seems like it's now more popular. I also saw this Nadia Rose artist. She's kind of like a UK grime style artist, and she done a Barclaycard did an advert of her where it is animated as well. So it's like that little trend is kind of popping off more. Maybe like interested to see how it grows. But yeah, music videos are getting next level.
But that's just I think a lot of music videos are getting so much better now because the equipment it's so easily accessible to get good equipment to film good video. Like you get an A7S, you can probably get A7S1 for like I don't know £1,000 maybe.
Yeah, probably.
And
less
like
than that, then.
you shoot a music video with that, that's gonna look pretty damn good if you not half know what
Yeah,
you're doing
it's so
really.
true.
Yeah,
and I
definitely,
think being the fact
technology.
that yeah, the technology being there for the consumer level, it's so vital for it to be available so that everyone can actually get their hands on it and just instead of like trying to spend loads of money getting the best tech, they got
more
something that's already
accessible.
good enough.
Yeah, and it's still good.
Which is like all our phones really these days. Like the pictures we can take on our phones
You
now
could
are
probably
phenomenal.
film an amazing music video on an iPhone. I
Oh,
reckon.
yeah,
with the
um,
right equipment, I reckon.
Have you seen John
Done.
Legend? He's got a song called A Good Night that's been filmed completely on the Google Pixel 2.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Looks
that's such a
really
good
good.
advert.
So good.
Yeah, it's mad. I think that plus, like now people obviously because the technology is more readily available, people are then going on like apps like Instagram and all this kind of stuff and seeing these amazing visuals, and it makes them more hungry to see something good. So now people are going to have to make these amazing videos and put more effort into creating it because people these days I think are very, very much more visual. I don't know. I can kind of see that.
And,
Like
like,
Instagram is so visual now, isn't it? Before it was statuses, words.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of stuff,
Twitter.
but now it's all the fucking.
160 characters and all
But
that.
also I think like because everybody can do it, like you're saying, like it's so easy for anybody to buy an A7S.
So you have
know
to
what
be
you're
good
doing.
to stand
so
out.
At the top, yeah, they have to have some next level creative ideas
Yeah.
to be different from just everybody because everybody's doing it.
You can't just rely on good tech
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah, it's like you gotta have like some of the effects in that video. Like I can't even explain them. Like there's that one where they're doing like a time lapse, but you know that thing where you move in and zoom out. Is that he's doing that in a time lapse, but he's like in normal
Jeez.
motion. It's fucking like weird thinking.
It's all mad.
So cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess that pushes us to like how everything is just accelerating so fast. Like,
Well, that's
you
what
feel
they're
like-
saying about pop music. The fact that pop music has always been renowned as being shitty, cheesy chart music, right? But pop music is like sort of taken on a new role now where, you know, it has to be good. Just like K-pop, when it first sort of debuted into the Western media with what Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people vibed with that, but like most people didn't really like it, you know.
I thought that was. I think most of them thought that was a joke.
Yeah, exactly. That was
It's
just
just funny,
its popularity. But like
Like-
over the years, K-pop's evolved so much where it's got to a point now. It has to be good melodically, mix, songwriting, and the artists have to be good and have a good visuals and also be able to dance. It's like a crazy machine mechanism that they've
That's
got going
weird,
on.
that K-pop.
Yeah, it does seem mad. Yeah, it seems like it's proper, not plastic, but
They
I
control
do
them
agree. Like
so
there
much.
is some good songs that come out of it. And there's
Yeah.
some definitely interesting artists, especially Koreans, Japanese for sure. But like it does seem very manufactured. Like, but then again,
Yeah.
so does all of this.
Yeah, but like maybe they're just
Music.
recognizing all the factors that you need to be like, you know, like
To
an
make
easy
something
pop-
good.
an easy watcher, listener, whatever, and then
I
just
think
like
yeah,
It is that,
using it
yeah.
as like a job subscription or whatever. You just have to tick all the boxes.
Yeah, you were saying it as well, Drew, today about
What's
the
that?
Drake song, and how like
Yeah.
Drake's sound is so like
It's
so catchy, so melodic.
Mm.
You get trapped into it, you hear it, and I think I read an article and listened to I watched a documentary about it, and it was about these people who are employed to then try and find the best sound. And they you go through computers and
Well,
use
that's what
technology to
Brad does,
actually
right?
harness it.
That's
Brad
what
does that.
Brad. Brad.
Who's Brad? Ooh, Brad.
Who the hell
This
is
guy
Brad?
called Brad Wall. He goes to our gym. He.
Shout out
I'm
Brad.
pretty sure. Yeah. He
Brad
he creates samples and sells them to big artists, labels and stuff.
Yeah, no, but this was different though. Instead
Oh,
of
so that's
instead
what
of
you're
it being
saying.
just like a machine,
Yeah.
it's literally a machine that listens to all of the songs
Right.
and finds
Like
the
a
mathematical
computer.
perfect
You're
melody.
so you're talking about AI.
Yeah,
How
AI
AI,
comes in,
is
yeah.
actually machine
I
learning.
don't reckon that will happen.
I reckon it is happening.
It is
That-
happening.
It is, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's
already
happening
real,
already, yeah.
Well, like a computer listens to all the top number ones from
and
the
it
last
crunches
5
it.
years, and it's like, this will be a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
it's
Is
true.
that
It's
a
in the
thing?
power of habit, man.
There was something.
Yeah, it
in
is.
it,
That's
in
how I knew
Power
it.
of
Yeah,
Habit,
it wasn't a documentary. I'm sorry,
But
guys.
I don't know
Sorry.
what what data they need to take from the song to like.
It's just the melody. It's just how good it sounds. I'm guessing in terms of ratings, how does this song sound?
Yeah, but
so
how
good?
does a machine know that?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because it
It's not
collects
just
all the
melody
data.
as well.
That's why. So it collects
Right,
all
yeah,
the
and
data.
it works
right?
out like the average, but
Yeah.
the average isn't necessarily the best, or like.
Yeah,
do
but
you know
then
what
you've
I
got to
mean?
look at sales. That's what you need to do. Just don't look at just the
Yeah, there
song
must be
sound.
And it
so
can
look at how
work
much
it out.
Yeah,
it
true.
sell.
It-
Of course, because then where the money goes is where people's decisions go, right? You're going to make a choice to buy this
Yeah.
because it's good. You're gonna make a choice to download it off Apple Music or whatever because it sounds sick. You're not gonna waste money on some bullshit.
Or you think it sounds sick.
Yeah,
Like-
you think.
And that's the most difficult
But then
part.
if
just
10,000
because-
people think it sounds sick, then it's more likely to be good, right?
And so how does this machine, computer, work out a new formula? Because they've taken in all the old data. That's
Yeah.
for data of music that's already there's already a song that sounds like it.
Yeah, true. Maybe
So
it's
if
like
it
the
makes a
greatest
song
thing.
that already sounds like another song, it's not going to be as good. The best
Yeah,
songs
it's
are
true.
that's that new sound.
No,
Yeah,
but maybe
yeah, that's what
what
I'm
it is.
saying.
I think you
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
all the little best bits and they're stitched together to create
Maybe.
one good track. Do you know
I
what
think
mean? It's
what
like
it does
taking
is
the-
probably looks for
taking
melodies
the-
that work. Melodies that work, melody patterns that work. And I don't know, man, it's very difficult to say about that kind of technology and where it's going. But I think ultimately in the future, this is like one of the sectors that will have to be very much human dominated in terms of pushing the creativity forward because
Yeah.
it's
So
only so
that's
far.
again another
machine can
debate.
like-
I reckon.
Yeah.
I was
reckon
gonna say, I
machines
reckon it would be
can do it.
so funny, like in the future, looking back on this conversation, we'll look like idiots. Like, how can you not see that a computer could do it better?
I reckon they
than
can.
humans?
That's the thing.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's obviously like, of course they can. Eventually, we just
Yeah.
are in such like olden times.
It's just a matter of
We
time.
can't
you
even
know?
So in denial.
Yeah, literally, that AI will be better than humans with everything, but we
Yeah,
just
we'll
can't
take over.
imagine it.
There won't be better.
We
art.
can't
We-
shift over
we
the gift.
can't
We
have
can't
gone.
shift
But that's
You
the
think
thing as
you
well.
can't.
If you're a computer and you can tell like what song is like good, music is art.
Yeah,
Like
I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
music.
Well, they
like,
say
but
that
it's
like
not
painting
down to,
pictures,
like-
man.
I don't
is-
think that's the thing.
art isn't down to like just what
Formulas.
like kind
Yeah.
of stuff as well. Like so new stuff can come up that isn't made from like this previous formula that can still like
You know what made me?
be successful.
Okay, I got something again. I don't want to be this guy who's always coming out with the negative, not
Yeah,
negative,
do
the,
it, do
the
it.
criticism or the devil's advocacy.
Yeah.
But there's a documentary that you guys have watched as well called AlphaGo, and in that documentary,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
scene
yeah, it's
where
so
he's
true.
playing against the machine, right?
Yeah.
And the machine is playing well, it's doing good, but it actually, he goes out for a cigarette because it's actually beating him. He's like, fuck this. But then when he comes back in, before he comes back in, the machine makes a creative move that no one expected. Something completely new that they've never seen
and
before.
it's like gone on to inspire
Do you know what I
more
mean?
players to take on the machine.
That
sort
just
of.
shows a splint of creativity. When that
So
grows
true.
into a network,
Yeah.
when it has so much knowledge, like, it will be able to do creative things.
Well,
that
they
you
say
can't
that
even
the
imagine.
jobs that will be most available to humans in the future is creative and
Yeah.
talent management.
Last frontier.
Because like there's one thing that machine learning can't do that well at the moment is like read human gestures and body language and how people interact with each other. I think that's probably like
Yeah, that's the last frontier, I
Yeah.
reckon. That's what I said. Is creativity the last frontier? That's going to be it, guys. I reckon. That's my guess.
yeah.
It makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I think we're all agreed. We're just saying it will go.
It will happen.
No,
It will.
no,
That's,
I don't think creativity will go. What do
yeah,
you
I
mean?
think
It's
eventually
the last front.
it
It's
will
the
go.
final frontier, but it's still.
But it's
could
still
The reason why, yeah,
computers
it could be two
will be
different
more creative
things.
than humans. Like not in our, maybe not in our lifetimes, but probably.
Well, there was that what was it? AI that was helping designers to create the most physically stable and strongest shapes for car chassis,
yeah.
buildings, and all these things that like you would have to be study for a long time in a very renowned architectural school to be able to actually come up with these ideas. And the machine was just doing it on its own back because it knows the physics laws, it knows how to manipulate, and
Yeah, I mean, that's already becoming more like crazy than what we could even imagine. Because it's obviously the whole idea of automation. Like,
in the future we'll grow our own houses.
yeah,
With,
it'll be like
with
that.
a huge 3D printer or something.
It's like leave it for a couple of days, come back, it's done.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Oh, you will.
That'd be
Yeah.
sick. What kind of possibilities
how
could you have
expensive
with that? I'm gonna grow out a car. Just pay 20,000.
Well, you know what will happen is then like a lot of different places around the world that's like less habited now will probably be like people will go venture into those places because where traditional tools haven't been able to provide them. What was that? The GoPro.
That's the GoPro.
the GoPro's gone, but let me just restart.
Quick fucking
Snack time.
What happened? How come it turned off?
I don't know why. Maybe just because it's the 7, maybe. Like,
Can have some of these bad boys.
Didn't actually record anything, did it?
SD card's full, that's why.
Oh,
Change
fuck.
Sorry guys, just you know what I mean, just got to do the change of the SD card. So you can see me, but you can't. No, you can hear me, but you can't see me.
Now you see
Probably
me.
edit
Now you
this
got it. So how are we gonna edit this bit? Just gonna
Just literally gonna be like,
just have technical
Yeah, no,
difficulties written on the
I reckon
screen.
we should leave it in.
Yeah,
Hello, everyone.
we're back.
Did we get left in?
We don't know. That's an editing decision.
No, I reckon we should cut it out.
Yeah.
And just fucking
Don't
make
Like,
the video
right,
just glitch.
we're back.
So, sorry about that.
Oh, what happened there?
Glitch and zoot break.
Yeah, that would be sick, you know. You could actually do that.
Put some like elevator.
So I think like, you know,
Right, we're
like
back.
technology could make houses, and
We're back.
but there'll always be humans that could make a better house, like more advanced, more
No
like, enjoyable.
way.
I can't believe
Not sure
that.
about that, man.
I think
I don't
no,
believe-
because
Is that
that's
the word
that's
creativity
that's
will
a
change, I
front-
reckon?
That's a frontier that will come before creativity.
Yeah.
Like
Even just that, yeah.
something that is like meant to be used for something.
It's automation, isn't it? Really. It's like you said, like doing tasks that humans could do, but just like
Yeah.
super quick.
If it's something that has to make like a structure, like the car thing, like if that can do that with a car, it can do like with what makes.
I'm talking like a
nice-
grand designs house. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
like something that's
Oh,
like
yeah,
really
well,
So
special.
okay.
like art, yeah,
And
that's,
like a
that's
really
art as
special
well, then,
architect.
I
There'll
guess.
always be a human that could do it.
No,
if
not,
there's-
I reckon
not always.
what will happen is
I think
humans
that'll
will
always
start
be-
working with AI in order to make these designs even better than they would be normally if it was just
Yeah.
a human.
There'll
Like,
always
that's
be.
what I think will
There'll
happen.
always be at least one human better than any
you-
computer in all creative fields.
Yeah,
In
you
the
reckon
world.
for
Yeah.
Wait,
I
wait a
reckon
second.
that's like a medieval thought.
Forever.
I reckon.
No, I disagree
All
forever,
creative
but I
things.
think it'll take
all
a while.
creative
Maybe.
things.
No, it's
So
impossible.
what's
It's impossible. What are you on
What's
about?
stopping it?
What's stopping what?
Why
my
do you
opinion.
think it will
Like
Because, like Josh was saying, that they've already started being creative.
That's not
in
creative,
ways
though.
That is
humans
creative.
can't- That is
No.
creative.
It is, it's creative.
100%.
Do you know why?
It's
Because
like
you're creating something that's
being-
never been seen before.
Yeah.
That's creative.
Being
Like, he has
tactical
all
and
the numbers
strategic in a
there.
creative way.
No, Alpha Guy, I mean.
Yeah. I don't see that as creative for some reason.
You know what I mean? Because
he
numbers
has
are
all the-
everything.
He has all the knowledge already, and he's going.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah,
like,
that's
that
not
is-
coming up
it's-
with an
that is
idea.
creativity.
Like a
Fully
simpler
creative.
algorithm.
Yeah, it's simpler creativity. But like, do you think like footballers are creative in the plays that they come up with?
Yes.
So maybe, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Strategy.
So it's just the same, but like
it's
the
still-
game
it's
is just
still
on the board.
It's still, the thing is, it's
me
to
see it as
solve
that.
a purpose. So there can be like loads of routes to it, but to
Same with
create
football.
something that is meant to make a lot of people happy, which is like completely subjective.
Yeah,
There's
but-
no like.
But then it's just a
nothing
different
objective about
purpose.
it.
There is.
Yeah, it's different
All you
creative
have to
purpose.
do is make the most visually pleasing thing. You put that into a computer
For them-
for sure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like eventually, it's just
But
because it's so crazy for
But
us
it's
to
still
think.
like
But like,
exactly.
why is
About
it
that,
different?
the thing that's coming
I was
out
about
is
that.
still subjective. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
completely.
Well, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
stuff
It's like
what makes
a
a house like. What makes
Yeah.
a house sturdy and everything that's objectively like
But that's
purpose-built.
like what I'm realizing. Like it's a stupid question because it's like you could always just say, "Nah, I prefer the human art." It's like
Yeah,
there's
you're
no
just trying
right
to do
or wrong
it. Yeah.
way. Do you
No,
know
but
what
I
mean?
feel like you're just trying to hold
It's
on
like
to
no, now the human's
humans.
better, but it's like obviously not.
The AI is going to obviously
but what's
design
true?
stronger
Yeah.
structures, right?
That's like
Yeah.
the whole like humanist like humans like
Humans rule.
yeah.
We don't
Humans
rule.
rule.
We're just the ones who are just like conscious enough to
We're just
rule.
currently the best
Ish.
option. Computers will be better than humans.
How
Yeah,
many-
that's why they'll
way.
be better. They'll just
How
be
many
better.
times do you reckon
Disagree.
humans have like lived up to a technological standpoint where they are literally the most
Dominant.
well, more advanced than now even, and then just got wiped
Yeah,
out?
I reckon that's very possible.
Like,
I'm saying.
quite a few
Yeah.
times, right?
Yeah, it could. That's the thing. I watched a documentary the other day. with
Egyptians,
Stacey.
The Egyptians were
Atlantis.
clever as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, they were.
Think
They
about
were
what they
mad.
did with their pyramids. Like they had something going on that obviously like they didn't have technology. They had something else.
They had
like
aliens.
some sort of weird star power or
Yeah.
something. Or I
Yeah.
don't know. They had
Exactly,
like
probably
a,
it's a different energy
like
source.
yeah, some different energy source. Sorry.
They had
Why?
Nicholas Tesla energy source.
Do you know why?
such a good
Why,
question.
why did they do?
There was
Why do you think
some-
they had something different?
No, like yeah, what technology did they?
The pyramids, the way they're built, like the structure.
Yeah, but, like, we can build the
precision.
pyramids
No,
now.
we can't.
Easily.
Nah.
What do you mean?
Genuinely.
No, yeah, apparently we can't.
We
you
could
heard
build
this
the
shit?
pyramids now.
Apparently
Are
they
you
built it
serious?
from the
Okay,
stone
wait.
down.
Siri has
or
the
some shit.
answer. Hey Siri,
No way.
can we build the pyramids now?
What? That,
Is it true we couldn't build the pyramids today?
I heard
but like,
something
I
like
could
that.
find an
Yeah,
article that says the opposite. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
I just
I
roll
roll
with
with
it.
As in, we could definitely think we built the fucking Burj Khalifa. They couldn't fucking do that shit. You're mad.
The way that
Like
they
a
Burj
built
fucking
Khalifa's
half
built
a
straight
mile
up.
high
But
building.
it's just built
To be
straight
fair,
up.
no one knows how they are built, so like we can't
No,
argue.
I think it's like.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
think the
that's
fact
the
yeah,
is
it's like
they
that
don't know
no
how
one
they
knows.
fucking built
they don't
them, so
know how
are
they
gonna
built
build
it
them?
with the tools they had
Yeah,
then.
that's
we
the
can
thing.
definitely build it with the tools
That's it,
that we have
yeah.
now. We understand the entire structure of it.
But like, they didn't have cranes. That's the
yeah,
whole thing.
that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, we
It'd be
couldn't-
fucking pissed
We would
now with
definitely
cranes.
struggle to do
Oh,
that
okay, listen to
with
this.
the
Maybe you
tools
are
that they
correct.
had.
Wait,
They didn't know how they
disingenuous
did it.
editors will take the statement and twist it to make it sound like the experts are saying that they couldn't build the pyramids.
Yeah, they
What the experts are actually saying is that we don't know the method the Egyptians used
There
to
you
build
go.
the pyramids.
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
That's exactly what we're saying.
Like, yeah, fair enough.
Sorry,
Right.
guys.
That they had.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
There you go. Can be wrong. It's possible.
So like the editors,
It's just a crane,
So,
right?
like,
It's
the
so
edit-
easy.
the editors of like Ancient Aliens and shit. Like
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they
They're just trying
edited
to
out
twist
what
it.
the experts said.
Yeah, trying to twist it.
Fucking hell, that's so shit.
That's
Imagine
shit.
being
Well, it's just
part
like
of
it's
that.
just like a simpler thought to get your
Yeah.
head around, isn't it? That we couldn't make it now. It's simpler than how did they make it back then with the tools that they had. It's like
Yeah.
3 clauses to one thought. It's
But,
just more
like-
complicated.
It's the
think
precision
that-
that they did it
Yeah.
with is really impressive, and
Definitely.
the fact that it's
Well
completely aligned with Orion's belt and shit. That's where it makes me think
Pyramids are
something's
banging.
a bit weird about that. You know, like
Yeah,
how can someone do
a lot
that
of stuff we don't
back
know
then?
about.
How is that possible?
In
How can
what-
you
in
align
what
the
way?
star?
In what sense?
How can you align the pyramid to the star exactly? Pretty much, like with
Isn't
like
that, I mean, you
little
could definitely do it now.
bit of.
Ast-
Yeah, you
astrology-
can now.
astrology
Like, way
is
easier,
wrong.
right?
The
astrology and astronomy have been like they're really old things. They've been worshipping the stars and looking at the stars.
I think what we mean is like
thousands
just
of years.
because the Egyptians were like so super long ago, it doesn't mean that they weren't as intelligent
Yeah,
as like,
yeah,
what
that's
we
the
are
one.
now.
They
Yeah.
definitely weren't as like obviously their technology wasn't as
Yeah.
How do you
advanced as
know
ours.
though?
But they had
Yeah,
intelligence
if they
in
just-
other fields.
Because
Where's
they
the-
didn't have cars. Like they didn't have
Yeah, but how do
fucking
you know
the
anything?
internet.
Yeah,
They
no,
Yeah,
didn't
but they
have-
had intelligence in other areas that we can't even comprehend. 'cause
Maybe.
it's just- yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, who
saying.
the fuck
Because
knows?
machines
No.
and technology now builds the pyramids. Back then, they didn't
Yeah.
have machines and technology to build it, so they did it
In-
with themselves and their mind.
Yeah.
The weird thing I don't
Minds
understand
are
is though,
crazy, yeah.
legit don't understand is obviously you're talking about these ancient cultures.
Yeah.
So you got the Egyptians, that's one, right? But then you have the Sumerians, and that's very
Mayans.
interesting. And yeah, the Mayans, but the Sumerians specifically and the Egyptians are weird because they're the two civilizations that came out of nowhere that had off the bat perfect reading and writing capabilities. That's a fact. Do you know what I mean? They came out of bam. They had perfect reading and writing capabilities, and they also did something called stair-step evolution.
You need to read *Sapiens*,
Is-
man.
Stair-step
It
evolution.
tells you how it all come.
Go for it, say it.
How they think it all came about. So like, first there was the agricultural revolution, and they had to like, they're making so much like wheat for like everyone in the village, and then it's just like societal things that like that's how money comes about because they've got otherwise it's just
Has to be
like
some way of
trading and it's
transferring value.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
And
like one
just,
led to the other, led
easiest
to the other,
thing
led to the other.
and like, but money was like when they started actually using coins was like so much later than like when the first script was which was I'm not how sure how to pronounce it. Cuneiform. It was like the scratches
Cuneiform.
and stuff.
Cuneiform?
Cuneiform.
Isn't that like that's-
CUN?
That's like I swear that
E-
cuneiform is just like normal.
OF form. I'm not sure.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, but the thing about the whole, I do agree with what you're saying. Of course, what you're pretty much saying is that like, once you get one thing and you start like selling it, or you're agriculturally moving it basically. There's gonna have to be a system in which people trade and make money and stuff. But what I heard, again, I'm not sure if this is fact. It could be completely disproven or whatever. But it's the fact that like the Egyptians and the Sumerians both have this stair-step evolution thing where they like learn something, and then it levels off for a couple hundred years or however long. And then suddenly they learn a new skill, like they're just masters of irrigation and water and shit, and how to make the canals and move
Aliens.
you know what I mean? How do they
Aliens.
get that? How can you just completely level off and make no advancement, and then bam, you're like here? And one thing about the Sumerians that confuses me is that in all like a lot of their cave paintings, not cave paintings, they're hieroglyphics. A lot of it's inscribed on metal. You've got these kind of like what look like crafts and shit, and they're just legit. Like that's the thing. Like
Aliens.
I've seen that so many
Telling
times.
you.
How do they have that? I don't get it.
I think it kind of happens the same. There can be like one
Oops.
thing and
Oh,
it
damn,
works so
sorry,
well,
sorry.
and then it catches on. And it's like when we bring that to like more recent times,
Got it.
say like
XR as well.
the Industrial Revolution, when people start
That's just the
like using coal and everything, then there was a massive explosion from the Industrial Revolution. Like things always speed up because there's constantly new things
Yeah,
that are
of
being
course.
shared.
What I'm saying is it levels out, so it boom up,
Yeah.
nothing, like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
flat
And
lines,
then
and
that
bam,
one
another.
discovery is so like
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
the
how
Industrial
can they do that?
Revolution from coal is a massive thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Then accelerated again, like towards.
It just fully kept
the
going
next-
up though. With this, with the Industrial Revolution, it goes like this. It's steadily going up, and then but it's blowing
And it
up.
drops
You know what I mean? It's
off.
like a volcano. Bam! It's going up pretty much.
So maybe
Industrial
the next-
Revolution.
the next
Since the
thing-
Industrial Revolution, then we've got technology. We've
Maybe
got
the
fucking
next thing is
electricity.
That's
You've got
because
the-
it's easier to make progression every time you make progression. Because it's like
Exponential.
it's so much easier to invent technology when you've got industrial like mechanical
Oh,
technology.
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Transportation.
It's like spills out. It's
like,
exponential.
yeah.
It's going to keep.
And then
growing,
now
yeah,
we
of
have the
course.
internet. It's so much easier to develop AI because it's like how the fuck would you do it without the internet?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know
of
what I
course.
mean? So
Yeah,
that's
but-
why
yeah,
it
yeah,
feels
of
like
course,
it gets
of course.
faster.
Yeah, but back then, that's what I'm trying to say. What's so weird about the Egyptians is it is literally learn this,
Yeah.
bam, learn this. It's a stair step. You know what I mean? That's what's so
Yeah.
weird about it. And the Sumerians, their creation story is just fucking weird. Like I've looked into it. Like I'm
haven't
not
heard
going to
anything
talk
about
about it more, but it's just long and weird.
So
Like,
going
this is back to the Halloween extraterrestrial podcast.
Yeah, going even further back, how do you reckon like language came about?
There's got to be a way to express yourself beneath
that.
just like
Yeah.
random people.
I reckon fuck was the
Like,
first word
dude,
ever
Fuck
said.
me.
It just comes from necessity, and that it's like you want something to happen to like we as humans like vocalize, right?
Well, there was
you'd
a-
naturally be like, and then after ages, it builds into all these weird fucking complex sounds.
There's a theory, I don't know how like much truth it actually rings, but like is that people reckon that the first people who actually started using language were apes that experimented with mushrooms.
Yeah, I heard
and like
that, yeah.
psilocybin was something that opened up their minds in order to communicate with each other on a level playing field where they used sounds. Which if you think about it, humans, our form of communication is fucking weird.
It's so
we send
fucking
vibrations through the air in order to
With our
communicate
tongues and
other
our, like larynx. It's fucking
and like
random.
80% of
As hell.
our communication
Weird,
is
man.
not vocal, it's like body language. So
Yeah.
like that's crazy how evolution sort of pushed us in this
in that
direction.
general direction, yeah, to then do that. But it's evolution. I guess the body and like your physiology gives you that in a way. It's weird. You have a voice box, so you can
Yeah,
make
for a
sounds.
reation, yeah.
So, it's
So you
already
can
there.
send vibrations
So if you're in
through the air,
danger,
yeah.
like ah, or you know what I mean, like, or you need some help me, you know what I mean? It's like something already there inside you that gives you like the right.
Well, you know,
way, yeah.
monkeys, they have like calls for danger. If there's like a jaguar in the forest, like coming after them, they'll have one call and then
Specific
all of them.
call.
That's
Why,
disappear.
why do you think they didn't evolve as complex languages as us?
Because they're idiots.
Yeah, do you think?
They're dumb. It's really fucking hard to think like this fucking abstract and like with so much like variation.
Yeah,
It's so difficult,
sure.
let alone make the sounds that correspond to each like weird little thought you have. It's
Yeah.
so fucking. You
Yeah,
have to be
yeah,
really
sure.
clever to communicate with this level of accuracy.
So
but like you could, there's still so much further. you could
As
go.
in, I'm saying, like, why didn't they then develop like the intelligence?
They
through
did,
evolution?
hence us.
Yeah.
No, as in like.
No, we are those apes. Right?
That developed
yeah, yeah,
As in,
intelligence.
like any other animal,
Natural selection.
like out of like necessity through
Dolphins.
evolution and
Oh,
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah.
They think
Whales.
dolphins are the most evolved version
Yeah.
of, or if the humans that didn't come onto land, the humans that stayed in water became dolphins, and they're the most evolved.
So fucking
Dolphins,
tricky.
on that.
dolphins started
I'm with
on the
that.
land
Yeah,
as
makes
well.
sense.
I think that's real.
Dolphins what?
Started
Straight
on
up.
the land.
Started on the land.
Oh, you reckon they
land.
started on
We
land, then
started.
went to the ocean?
No, they started on the land, then went to the
Do
water.
you reckon?
They did. I swear we read some dolphin facts.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was
That's
it.
crazy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna search it up.
I'm gonna get a
really
dolphin
interesting.
tattooed on my forehead.
Well, that would
Whoa, water boy! Going back
They
to the
started
water
on the
again.
land, then went to the water. Dolphins.
So if
Little
like
dolphin.
so if like humans can say like thousands of words to each other, do you think like birds have like 12 words that they say?
I reckon.
It's
No,
like
I think
like
that's
less than
I think
that.
that's 16. I'd say.
16.
No, oh, okay. Do you want a dub plate to this? Apparently,
Dub plate.
crows are the next ones. Crows are
really?
very, very.
Oh, wait, no, what
crows
about
are
the
dumb as
ridiculous.
shit?
Crows are
Panthers,
ridiculous.
Some shit.
They are supposed to be really
Crows
intelligent.
can use tools.
They can-
Crows can
Oh,
unlock
yeah.
boxes. They've got
Yeah.
a very complex thing. Apparently, scientists aren't fully understanding their calls. Like they don't really get
I
what's
saw
going
that
on.
science experiment where they gave the bird a puzzle and then they filmed it. I can't remember
Very
what the
smart.
puzzle was, but the
Very
bird just
smart.
did it.
Didn't it like outdo a chimpanzee or
Yeah.
something?
How does a crow can outdo a toddler as well? No?
Oh no,
Crows
chimpanzee
outdo
with
kids.
numbers. Like it goes like a board of 1 to 10, then it goes blank, and then he knows.
You know,
where-
like some woman had trained an ape to fully speak in sign language, like American
Coco,
sign language.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fucking crazy.
think
Like
that's as well.
they are that intelligent. They just haven't like naturally evolved it. Yeah.
Evolved the abilities
Yeah,
of passing
yeah.
down language.
Yeah, there's some also another interesting experiment with you said the dolphins. Like there's a thing
Yeah.
with the dolphin house or something, and something to do with lots of LSD and dolphins, and half the house was submerged, and
Oh, yeah, I've
some
heard
weird
this.
shit kind of happened. I'm not sure. I think if you want to look for it, anyone, it's called the Dolphin Experiment. I don't remember the exact details. I don't want to get it wrong, but it's a very interesting watch. A BBC documentary actually. I think I watched it years ago. It was very, very weird. So
Yeah,
check it
what
out.
LSD.
Dolphins,
Dolphins
LSD,
rape
and
humans.
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
as
We
well,
also
man.
know
All
when
the time.
when like people are pregnant as well.
I heard
Yeah.
something as well. They
Yeah.
can like say there's a one dolphin in an enclosure or in a tank, and then across the room there's another tank. A dolphin can like send some kind of vibration that goes through the tanks
they
to like.
they communicate in such a
communicate.
high frequency beyond our hearing range. Maybe their form of communication can travel.
It can
Yeah.
travel through the glass.
Yeah.
Why do you reckon
Obviously.
they rape humans?
They love sex. They have
Fun.
sex for pleasure.
Yeah, they're the only
One-
other
mammal,
mammal
yeah.
that has sex for pleasure, right?
They're so smart.
Mad.
Why are they raping people?
Yeah, that's so true.
humans.
Fuck.
So yeah, 'cause
This
they're
shot
so
is
sensitive.
amazing.
Don't they know about the social justice warriors?
Hey.
Jokes. I mean, yeah, I'm enjoying this talk.
This is a dark
Yes,
turn to
yes.
take. Now we're talking about.
Hey, so now we're going to talk about pigs flying over Siberia.
Apparently pigs are meant to be really intelligent as well. I mean,
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah, bacon.
Fucking
It's a
cunts.
bit of bacon.
Oh.
Anything pig ain't right, is
Are
it?
you a pig?
Good bacon.
Yeah, we're all vegans.
Yeah, vegan. Oh, I mean,
Jokes. Oh, shit.
should we?
Should we?
What?
Should we rat him out?
Oh my!
Yeah, Benj has become a vegan.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Benj,
Joke.
you love vegan food.
Do
you
know
know
this,
this,
Callum?
Tim Sheaf.
Apparently
Tim
there's-
Sheaf isn't a vegan.
Apparently, there's a really cool place in Amsterdam called Vegan Junk Food. That's like just vegan food, but junk.
Because yeah, you can be a vegan, like, and you can just be fully unhealthy. It doesn't mean just because you're a vegan doesn't mean you're going to go to like fully good health
definitely.
choices.
No, of course.
A lot of
not.
vegans
See
are
Oreos.
unhealthy,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Oreos, jam sandwiches. You can be a terror. I mean,
You
look
can be a
at Tim,
terrorist
look at Tim.
and be vegan.
Probably the reason why Tim had so many problems with being vegan is because he wasn't eating a healthy diet while being a vegan. Probably.
It's so
Like,
fucking
you
hard
see
to
him,
eat healthy.
he's
That's
like-
impossible.
No, I reckon he
No,
was
I
quite
think he was
healthy.
transitioning to.
No, like like you just see him eating like watermelons all the time. That's all
Yeah.
he talks about. Like,
Yeah. But
it's
he
just
was like
sugar and
raw
water.
vegan at that stage.
Yeah, but
Watermelon-
it's
you know,
crazy. though.
when you eat fruit that has that fiber, you're not getting sugar hits as much. You're not getting as much negative sugar because, and also the sugar, the
So, like,
fructose
cake has
isn't
a lot of
bad.
fiber, surely.
Nah, but it's not like
You
that.
do.
I don't think, no, it's not.
You
the-
do.
the actual
Obviously, there's
fibre.
not as much sugar in a melon as a cake, but actually, to be fair, it might not be that different.
That different.
In a
But I heard
gram.
something about how the fiber of the actual fruit somehow neutralizes the food
You
because the
can't
time it takes to
neutralise
digest.
glucose. If you're
The
ingesting
time it takes to digest is less. I think. So a cake
Yeah.
digests.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about
longer, so
glycemic
the
index.
yeah,
it
the
hits your
sugar's in you
bloodstream
longer.
slower. Fructose does than glucose. It hits your bloodstream slower.
Yes, that's good. You won't get spike in
It's true.
insulin then, so that's why it's good.
No, you do,
You
but
do.
it's just slower. Yeah. So it's not as an extreme hit from your pancreas of like crazy amounts.
So
of
you're not going
insulin.
to get that like. Whoa,
That's the
I'm
worst
lit.
kind of thing for you.
Yeah, yeah,
and
that's
then you
bad
have the
for
crash after. But so you eat fruit, and it obviously is sugar, so it hits your bloodstream, and you do get a sugar rush from it, but it's slightly slower than like white bread would be, or like a donut.
Yeah, but it's like,
That's
why do
the only
refined
difference.
carbohydrates cause your body so much problems then? But then if you see some guys are fruitarian, like, surely he's going to have some unhealthy parts to him. for sure.
Fruitarian.
Fruit's got so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
nutrients in it
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah,
so it's
there's
got
key
sugar,
nutrients.
but it's got so much other
Definitely.
nutrients that's
Yeah.
so good for you.
It's like a byproduct
Yeah.
of it
It's
being
just the
like
sugar as well.
sugar. It's got lots of.
Oh yeah, I watched
good
this
stuff.
program earlier about this island. So have you heard of the Greek myths about Icarus who flew too close to the sun?
Yeah.
So there's a Greek
Yeah,
and his
island
wings
called
fell off.
I think Icarus maybe, but it's spelt like different, IK something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nicknamed the island where people forget to die, because the inhabitants of the island live for so long. They live like in excess of 100 years.
Okay, what's the crack with this one then?
So what the crack is basically, because they're such a cut off island, they don't have easy transportation and export-import links to like the majority of the major distribution ports around Greece.
Homegrown.
So everyone has to be basically self-sufficient. Everyone on the island. So there's a few things that they follow by. They don't follow time. Like, no one has clocks.
Whoa, this is well interesting.
Everyone like just hangs out, gets drunk, have fun with each other. They don't have that much meat, and the majority of what they eat is just fruits and vegetables and what they can grow in their own gardens. And I think if you were to work out their employment status of average person per I forgot my train of thought now.
Oh no, that was so interesting.
All right, no. Basically, if you work out the employment status, I think about 40% of the island is unemployed. But like,
They're the happiest people, it seems like.
well, they don't really have like that sort of monetary. I pay for food and food comes to me.
So that
they
shows
have-
it can work.
Yeah, if you want your own food, grow it. That's their mentality, basically.
That's crazy. That shows that maybe
many
potential
people live there?
self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
that like not relying on some kind of big government
There
or
you
whatever
are.
can
Yeah,
work.
of course.
And it's called a blue zone, so
How
like
many-
it's one
But
of the.
imagine if that
How many people
island
live
had
there
more
again?
stuff.
I don't know. I
people,
can have a
yeah,
look.
And like
stuff.
other things
More
to pick
problems.
and choose from, like
Yeah,
and
true. Then it would
because
corrupt.
they're just
yeah.
picking fruit and vegetables off the trees. But
Yeah,
imagine if there
isolated.
was like a car there, they'd all fight over that.
Yeah,
There's
true.
much more.
But I mean, surely they've in their paradigm, they've got things that are like that. Surely that are like them as much value to them as a car, but they don't have it and they don't really know it.
They don't
So
have the
it doesn't.
choice.
I mean, I don't think
yeah.
they don't not have cars.
Oh really? That's even cooler.
I think it's like they do have access to the outside world, and you can get a flight from Athens that goes there like 3 times a week or something.
Oh really, man?
Yeah, yeah. So
You
like,
can go in and out. It's not like they're like.
yeah,
fucking
it is a holiday
third world.
location. It's not like a third world where it's cut off from the
wow.
world, but it's just like
Oh right,
from where
I got it completely.
the
I feel that.
island used to be so cut off and used to be not accessible. They had to be self-sufficient, and as the island technology progressed, they haven't thrown away those values. They still kept to it, and like everyone is self-sufficient on their own accord.
That's
and,
sick.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. That I mean, that shows. Yeah, for me, I don't know the story in detail or whatever, but that's kind of like a good indication that potentially there could be that.
But what a way
that
to live!
thing, yeah,
Just
it's
grow your own
interesting.
vegetables, hang out with people. They have a nap throughout the day and get drunk in the evening time.
I mean, the results are in their age, right?
Yeah.
That clearly is a fucking good formula to living life if they're
Yeah.
living to 100 and whatever.
And they're
Oh,
all
gosh.
happy as well. They don't get like
said that.
the traditional diseases like dementia and other forms of brain diseases that affect old age people over in more developed countries. They
So,
don't get any of that.
Do you reckon, right? Big question for everybody. This is going to get real deep now, Storror Army. That this kind of like materialist, capitalist society that we live in now,
Yeah.
do you think we're going to see the end of it in our lifetime? Because it's not sustainable for not only the planet, but for the inequality that we're seeing like amongst the people that already live
I'm
here
thinking
anyway.
the opposite. I feel like it'll be more locked. You know?
More
It's gonna be more
capitalist.
locked.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
I think that like
But it can only
to
go
believe
so
that.
far.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
to
what I'm
believe
saying.
that it's gonna like potentially, and I mean, it's probably equal. Maybe it's equally
Look at
balanced on
China,
both
for
sides.
example.
Yeah, it could be from both sides. You know, it's equally as likely as it's not to be likely. But I still think, for my
But-
gut feeling, it's going to be more locked.
But as in, so it eventually has to fail. You can't have capitalism forever
way.
because there's only a finite amount of stuff on the planet, right? And so the whole idea of capitalism is like the amount of stuff you have, you want to just make more of it, right?
Yeah,
so you're
of course.
making more money out of not more stuff. So it obviously all the money's going to the people at the
Dilutes.
top,
Yeah, yeah,
and the
of
people at the bottom are giving it to the people at the top. So like eventually it'll just get completely to two ends where everybody at the bottom or the poor people have fuck all.
Fuck all.
And then do you know what I mean? There's just a complete
Be a separation in living. Yeah, of course, I believe
and
that
how
will
close
happen.
do we have to get for people to fully kick up and there to be a worldwide revolution?
I reckon it'll be like maybe like 200 years. That's my guess. Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit, that's
200
so
years,
long,
so
man.
that's-
I feel like we're at the
shit.
stage now where we're so locked into it. We're so like,
But-
some people are so like passive and dumbed down,
Yeah.
which in effect is good because it's a peaceful place.
Yeah.
But in reality,
But
it's
there's
kind of
one
like making people more like suppressed. They're just gonna get.
but there's
more
one
and
big
more
thing
and
that's
more.
happening. That means we have to react to it somehow, whether it's positive or negative, and that's the environment. That
Yeah,
in
true,
our
that's one thing.
lifetime, like this whole global warming crisis and like epidemic of like crazy weather that is
Basically,
like,
our parents'
dangerous.
generation
Yeah.
fucked us.
Yeah. That's,
So that
that's
industrial
in our
revolution
lifetime.
shit,
That
do you know what I
has
mean?
to
That
happen.
fucked it up.
Yeah.
But my theory is
crazy.
as well, there's two ends to the scale. Half me believes that what you're saying,
Yeah.
there's a big effect, CO2 emission, blah, blah, blah. But the
Oh.
other half of me is like, maybe it's a natural process that the world undertakes. Every 1,000 years or so it heats up and then it cools down. That's what happens. It's gonna, that's the ice age before, so of course it's going to be another ice age again.
But humans is a variable.
But yeah.
Do you not think that that what humans?
Oh yeah, of
have
course it
done
has
with
an
carbon and everything-
effect, but it's
Cool.
inevitable.
So you don't think we can avoid global warming?
No way.
I think
I reckon
that
we
is
can
probably
reduce
too
it,
late.
but we can't avoid global warming happening as a process anyway.
Just
because
like we can't
things
avoid the
cool up,
ice age.
Yeah,
things
right.
heat down. Things cool up, things cool down.
What
Things
goes up must
get
back
built,
down.
things grow, things die. Things live, things die. Do you know what I mean? It's just a process.
Like I'm just thinking, aren't there a lot more, like loads of fucking scientists who know a lot more about it than us, who are saying we can change it and we can stop it?
I've heard it's too late. I swear I heard that as
So
well.
didn't you
People
see the
say it's
UN
too late.
report like last week?
No,
That was like we got 12 years to make a difference.
Oh, to change.
Yeah, and if we don't, then that's it. Then you're done. That's the tipping point.
Yeah, but 10
12
years ago, people thought the world was going to end at 2012, didn't they?
But that wasn't like
that's for no
they're
reason.
not
That's
scientists.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
these
jokes,
aren't-
though. I remember going in school in that day. And being like, wait, what the
Well,
fuck?
Ryan
That's
Doyle
bullshit.
believed in it, didn't he? So
Yeah,
I just-
Ryan Doyle, mate.
The fuck?
Whatever.
Come on.
I mean, you can believe what you want. You're entitled. Don't want to do any Ryan Doyle shamming on this podcast, but we really did.
Fuck Ryan Doyle.
Fuck Ryan
He's a
Doyle.
cunt.
Fair enough.
Well,
Yeah,
we ain't
so-
getting paid from YouTube now.
Hey. Oh yeah, we're not allowed to swear. Cut that out. Cut that out.
We actually just beat all that. But yeah,
Fuck that.
very interesting topics, I guess.
Yeah, how long has
How long has this been going?
It's been about an hour now.
Really?
Should we hit it on
Time
the head?
to pack it in.
Yeah,
for this
pack
time.
it in.
Hopefully, people have been enjoying the visuals and the vocals. But
Leave
Our
us some
vocal cords
comments
a bit
of
tight.
maybe some guests you'd like in the cabin.
yeah,
Yeah, who do you
Leave some
guys want to
comments.
see?
who do you want to see next?
What
We
do you
can try our
guys
best
want
get
to
them in.
hear us
Yeah,
talking about?
also
That's
that.
also, and also, yeah, send us your music because we want to put some like music in this podcast, right?
Yeah.
We need a jingle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, not
that's
only
cool,
that, but
I
like
like
some
that.
little bit of like background music to begin with. You know, we can
Jazz
maybe
up.
give you some advice, some positive feedback.
Yeah,
Maybe.
anyone who wants to put their music on this, or even for us to talk about your music or anything that you like, potentially, maybe if it can happen, we might talk about it. We might discuss it. Anything you want to send in that might influence us, go for it. I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a free.
I'd
It's a
say
free
it's
for
Cool,
all.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just
Free
send
for all.
in some topics for us
Do it.
to talk about.
Make us talk about cool shit, and we'll talk about it. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
big
you're
up.
lucky. Well, see you later,
out.
Storror Army. See you later.
Keep it
Big
real.
Army.
Yeah,
Fuck
peace
outta
out. Yeah,
Fuck
motherfucker.
Enjoy the cabin podcast.